on officially, and that is that we now know when Coby White is slated to return. I did say that I did expect Billy Donovan to announce something soon for the Chicago Bulls. We're going to talk about it all and more right after this. What's going on, Bulls fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bulls Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related. I'm the host there, Haize, but more importantly, you guys can follow the channel at Bulls Central Pod on every social media platform we happen to be on. With that said, let's go ahead and get into this content for today, y'all. So Billy Donovan, as I thought was going to happen, announced or talked about the return for Coby White. He did say that Coby White is expected to be out for a couple of more weeks, but the caveat, he is returning to practice next week, which is really good. It's really good that Coby White is going to be returning to practice soon. That means that they feel pretty safe about him being back in basketball activities, which means there's not a really big concern about that calf anymore. If there was a huge concern about the calf still being in the spot to where it could turn into something with the Achilles, they probably wouldn't even have that. But the plan is for him to begin practicing next week, and that he is going to be on the court in a couple of weeks. So, yeah, listen, I know it's not optimal. I know it's not getting him out there immediately like a lot of Bulls fans, myself included, hope that we're going to see from Coby White. But it does mean that he is in that right trajectory, and as far as that calf thing no longer being a concern of turning into something with the Achilles. That has always been the most important thing with that, is to not have it turn into something with an Achilles. That was been always the thing that we were trying to avoid. That's the biggest thing there, and it seems like they are in that spot right now where it's no longer a concern about the Achilles. So that's really, 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 really good. That's what we want. That's what we want to see. And so, yeah, it sucks that Coby White's not getting out there on the basketball court, but here's what I'll say, is that I'm sure that there was some concern and trepidation about having him run right back out there on the basketball court, even if he is technically cleared. You don't want to do that either, right? The Bulls are playing well right now without him, things like that. Let him come along more slowly, and I think things will be fine when it's all said and done. I think this is going to be a really good thing for Coby. But, you know, like Casey Johnson said it when it happened, is that he wouldn't have been surprised, you know, if it ended up being a month or a couple of weeks extra than what they suggested. So, you know, I think that that's a good thing here. It is what it is. Coby White's going to get back on the basketball court sooner rather than later, and that's all you can ask for. He's going to be back on the court next week. He's going to have a week of ramp up, and then after that week, the plan is for him to get back in basketball games. So that's really good. The fact that now you have this week where he's probably going to be doing some non-on-court things. He's probably going to be doing some simulated things with the trainer, stuff like that, bike things like that to get up the conditioning. And then next week is where he's going to start practicing with the team in live practices, in 5-on-5s, things like that. Going to do that for a week, and then that's going to get him back on the court. That gives him two different spots to reevaluate him. When he's doing the off-the-court things for a week, at the end of that, they're going to take a look. How do you feel? Is the tightness returning? Anything like that? Get clear from that, and then get back on the basketball court on 5-on-5. So the Bulls are just being very precautious with this. And you cannot play with calf injuries, as the awareness in sports medicine has now correctly identified the fact that calf injuries lead to Achilles injuries, and we've seen how that's ran through the NBA over the last 2-3 years, so rampant with Achilles injuries. The Bulls medical staff, as much as we criticize the Bulls medical staff, they are playing it safe when it comes to this right now, and I personally can't be mad at them playing safe for when it is. The good thing is there is a clear timeline. There is a clear path for him to get back on the basketball court, and as long as those things happen, he'll be back. So he'll be fine. So, you know, if we look at it, hold on, let me bring up the schedule. I want to see exactly how many more games this is going to put him out. Bear with me a second. But as we get through that, like, you look at it 2 weeks from today. Let's just say it's another 2 weeks exactly from today. That'll put him back on the 18th, which we don't play till the 19th against Portland. So let's just say the 19th against Portland is when we're circling Coby White coming back. That means he's going to miss another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games. Another 7 games missed by Coby White. I mean, hey, if he's healthy after that point for the rest of the season, if he's, if that keeps it from turning into something that's long term or could end the season, missing at the end of the day 13 games to start the season is more than worth it if you're going to, avoid losing your season, right? Let's keep in mind, had he been on the basketball court too early, he could have lost the entire season, in a season where he's a free agent at the end of the season on top of that. So I think that's just what it comes down to. Ayo Dosunmu is also out tonight for those that are asking, so no Ayo either in this matchup tonight against the Philadelphia 76ers. So we'll see how this goes for the Bulls. It's going to be a tough matchup, especially without Ayo, but they're going to have to do what they've done and do it as a team, and that's really what it all comes down to. As long as you play as a team and you play connected, we'll see how it goes. But, it just is what it is when it comes down to that. Well, at least there's a time. Exactly. At least there's a time. Oh, Chase says better safe than sorry. Literally for the punch. They don't. Like, they're doing this for his health, O'Shea. So if this is best for the long term, that's what you want. Now, Coby White, when he gets back on the court, he's going to be Coby White. And I think that'll be fine. Better than lose Coby for longer stretch. Exactly. And that's the way I look at it. This could have easily turned into a season-ending thing for Coby White. And it's not that. And I think that's the thing that we have to be appreciated by. Frost Boy says, Coby, what's going on? Glad? Yeah, absolutely. Well, at least there's a timeline now. So that's it, man. The Bulls have played this pretty close to the vest. They played this pretty damn well. And I think that they're managing this about as well. Like, this is a Bulls medical staff that literally almost killed Luol Deng. They almost killed that man. He was almost dead. Literally, that's not an exaggeration. So the fact that they are playing this so tightly to make sure that Coby doesn't turn into something long-term with him, I think that's a benefit. I think that's a good thing for Coby White. That's a good thing for the Chicago Bulls. That's a good place for us to be in as things stand right now as well. Since Ayo Dosunmu out, we're going to need a big game from Smith and Williams and Herter and Javon Carter. Here we go. Jeremy, bro, like, let's not do that today. Let's not be on cocaine today. Let's just not do that. Let's leave. Step away from the cocaine. Just step away. Look at the cocaine and make the choice to say no to the cocaine. First, let's do that, Jeremy. Say no to the cocaine. Pick up a titty. Sniff your woman's titty. Do that instead of sniffing cocaine. Just get you a whole nostril full of nipple. Do that. No coke. Yes to the nipple. That's what I need you to do, Jeremy. No to the cocaine. Yes to the nipple. Can we do that today? Can we get that done? Let's get in gear with that. Let's do that. Because you, my brother, you and TBO and SP have been doing some real live cocaine. Stop it. Say no to cocaine. No. Stop it. Smack your hand. Smack your nose if you need to. Don't do it. Stop it. This man said all we need is everybody to. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? I was in a bad mood before I started this live stream. And look at this now. Like, what are we doing? What is really happening out here? You think this is going to set us back looking for a center of the future? I mean, I don't think this has anything to do with us looking for a center of the future. To be honest, I don't see how the two are related. And that's not even me trying to joke on you. I don't see how this relates to the center of the future. We need Jalen Smith to step up off the bench for us tonight. I need Dalen and Julian Phillips to get it together. They have not looked like themselves to start the season. Well, I mean, their minutes have been very inconsistent. And it's a special thing that players can do when they have inconsistent minutes, but can always make an impact. I want to be clear, that's not a normal thing. So if those guys are able to do that, that shows a lot of growth for them. So let's see what happens there. Is Ayo going to be out long term? It's still listed as day to day. Still listed as day to day. Philly don't have Paul George, so it should be. Jeremy, bro. Jeremy, just stop talking, bro. Stop talking. So have you looked at how Philly played at all this season? Paul George has been a non-fucking factor for Jeremy, bro. You know what it is? This is why I don't trust men who don't have mustaches. This is why I don't trust men who don't have mustaches. Because, like, what is happening? What's wrong? Is everything okay at home? Is everything okay at home, Jeremy? Because, like, is this a cry for help? Is that what this is? Is this really a cry for help? Ayo is out too. Seems hard already if you see this at long term, as we've seen last game in New York. I mean, yes, Ayo's out too. We already knew he was listed as day to day. I was hopeful that he was going to get on the basketball court today, but that doesn't look like it's going to happen. So, we'll see what happens. But all right, y'all, I just wanted to bring this update. This is not the pregame show. The pregame show will be going on in about 13 minutes. I just wanted to separate this from the pregame. I didn't want the Coby White news to get lost in the pregame live stream. So there's that. Coby White will return in 2 weeks. He gets back on the basketball court next week leading into that, and we'll see what happens when it all shakes out with that one, man. But appreciate you guys so much, man. Make sure you guys are following us at Bulls Central Pod. You send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, bullscentralpod@gmail.com. Lastly, if you want to leave a text message and or voicemail for the mailbag, the number to do so, 773-270-2799. We are the number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related, but that is thanks to you, lovely and beautiful people. And like I like to end every episode on, go Bulls. Love you guys. See red if you can, y'all. Peace.
This has been a presentation of the Break Media.